Hey there, friends and enemies, JoPaWrites here again, and today I wanted to talk about a game that I think is going to be way better than many people are anticipating at this point, and that is Exoprimal. The game looks way over the top, absolutely insane, arcadey action with hordes of dinosaurs rushing at you as you mow them down in your exosuit. It sounds ridiculous, but it looks like a lot of fun. The gameplay from the beta was a ton of fun, and there's a lot more depth to this than I think people would realize at first glance. So I want to dive into that and explain why I think this game could be an absolute banger. So first and foremost, there's the main mode called Dino Survival. Even this, where you have 2 squads of 5 racing to complete objectives, is going to have a bunch of twists. No game is going to be the same as you take this on. It's going to have PvE, PvP, and PvEVP. So there's a big mix of all that kind of good stuff to take on, and I think that's going to add a lot of variation to the game and make it so every match is going to feel unique. On top of that, there's missions within the game that are going to be happening during Dino Survival, such as Dino Pursuit, VTOL Defense, Data Key Security, Omega. There's just a lot of them that will change up the match from the previous one that you played and really add that variety that is necessary to keep the game feeling fresh. So every time you jump in, you're going to have different objectives, different missions, and all that, some of which are going to allow you to interfere with the enemy teams. You can have Dominators, which will appear to activate and summon a large dinosaur under your control, which is hilarious. You also have things like dinosaur upgrades. You can trigger Neosaurs, and there are special dinosaurs with a golden sheen that may appear during a mission. Defeating one strengthens the dinosaurs fighting the enemy team for a set period of time, making mission progression that much harder for them. So yeah, overall, there's a lot of variety just within the base game. That's how you're going to progress the story as well, which is going to be interesting. You're going to find these intel drops that are going to allow you to further find out why Exoprimal is the way it is, how the dinosaurs are there, all that kind of good stuff. And I find that very fascinating. There's not going to be actual individual story missions, so hopefully that means the gameplay of the actual dino adventure is going to be much more refined because they don't have a huge number of locations. Similar to something like a battle royale where you have one set map that you're on and you're exploring and you have a lot of objectives on that. Each mission should feel different in that way rather than feeling like their own individual story missions. But what has me the most excited as far as gameplay wise is the Savage Gauntlet. Take on 5-person missions competing against exo fighters across the globe for a fastest clear time. This is their version of a ranked mode or leaderboard, and it sounds insane with different rules each and every week, and it's going to be endgame content with the difficulty on the upper end of the spectrum. So you can actually take your builds in. You're going to have the best teamwork, your own skill. All of that is going to be tested within the Savage Gauntlet, and I love that idea because it does feel like it's going to really cater towards those players who want more from the game than just mindless dino killing fun. And that's what I think is necessary in a game like this. You want types of gameplay for all different types of players, and we'll see what the rewards look like for Savage Gauntlet. But just getting in the top of the leaderboard for the Savage Gauntlet will be worth it for a lot of people, especially as that is the main end game. There's a variety of different dinosaurs. You got all your standards that you would see, like a raptor, a pterodactyl, stuff like that. But as I mentioned before, there are the Neosaurs as well, which are mutated with unusual appearances and abilities. So that's very, very cool. And I think, again, the difference in this game is going to be not only the dinosaurs. You got your big dinosaurs with your massive HP bars that you have to whittle down as kind of like mini bosses. You're also going to have your PvP parts that you're going to have to tackle other players. All of that is going to lead to you really having to understand the game and play whatever you want to do. So the game modes themselves, you're going to have 5v5, you're going to have 10-player co-op potential, which again feels like almost like a mini raid in another game where you have a lot more objectives and a lot more going on because you have 10 players or 9 other players on your team. So all of that is just very, very cool to me because there seems like there's going to be so much to do within the game to keep the game mode's feeling fresh. If you're bored of traditional PvE, you can tackle PvP, you can tackle the PvEVP for a mix of both, or you can take on the 10-player co-op to really up the ante there. Then we get into the customization of your actual character, and then we have exosuits. There are 3 different roles: assault, tank, and support. This is pretty standard. You'll see it across a lot of different games like this, but where it gets very interesting is the variant suits. This is going to allow you to change up your gameplay. For example, you might have a exosuit that is melee focused. You might have another one that's extra tanky, or a mixture of a couple different roles. So that alone is going to be something to test out. You can try each and every one of the suits as you go along to really see which one suits your gameplay, if you will. And I think that's going to be very fascinating, because the variety we're seeing right now, it does seem like with their first major update, I think they announced there's going to be 10 new suits as well. So they're going to continuously update the variant suits, which I think is absolutely vital to keep a game like this fresh, especially when you have teams that are either teams of 5 or teams of 10, and you can have a variety of different combinations that might sync up very well together. But even deeper than that, you're also going to have rigs. There are additional pieces of equipment for exosuits to gain additional abilities. Only one can be equipped at a time. This means not only will you have the variety of the exosuit, but you'll also be able to add your own twist on that with whatever rig you want to equip. So I think that's really cool, and it's something that I'm looking forward to trying out. You'll also have crafting, where you can place objects with various effects across the battlefield, which is going to be interesting as well. And then also you'll have customization of your pilot, suit, comm wheel, rigs, models, etc. All of that kind of stuff, leading you to really being able to make your character your own, and hopefully have your own playstyle when the game does drop. So I'm really excited. There's a lot of potential for this game and the various suits that you have that you can mix and match really with your friends. If you're playing solo, there is going to be crossplay in the game. However, at launch, it's only going to be full crossplay for like matchmaking. So you'll be able to crossplay with PC, Xbox, as well as PlayStation with your standard matchmaking, but you'll only be able to party up with other players on your same platform. They're going to fix that in the future, but there is no timetable on that. So hopefully that doesn't take a long time, because I'd love to be able to play with all of my friends regardless of what platform they're on. But I might do a breakdown of the various roles and exosuits in the game. If you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments down below. I definitely want to talk about this game a bit more and cover it going forward. We're getting towards a major showcase that they're doing on July 10th, and then on the 14th is the full launch. So if you want to see me cover this game, if you want more information about Exoprimal going forward, definitely let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you want me to cover the exosuits or not, because I am very interested by this game. And while at first I was not blown away and I thought it looked silly, the more I've seen, the more hooked I've become in wanting to learn more about this game, because it feels like it's going to be pretty cool. So overall, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Helps me out tremendously. I really want to cover Exoprimal going forward. My name is JoPa. I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.